College football is days away, and guess what? Boss in the Sauce Show is going to take a look at the Athlon Sports College Football preview coming up right now. What up, though? Yes, indeed, the Boss in the Sauce Show right back at you with my man, the Big Ragu. What up, Big Ragu?
What do you say, DJ? How's my man doing today?
Excellent, man. We're getting closer and closer to college football. I'm getting excited by the day. Today, we're back for another magazine review. This time, we're doing Athlon Sports College Football Preview Magazine 2019. And as you can see, my man Big Ragu already got his. Now, let's talk a little bit about Athlon Sports. Who is Athlon Sports, Ragu?
Athlon Sports, they've been in the magazine business, the sports magazine business, for their version of it since 2010. First year, I think they sold something like 7 million copies worldwide. In 2011, they sold 9 million copies. And today, you can pick it up at the magazine store for $11.99 an issue. And if you want to go online, I think it's something like $4.99. So, matter of fact, I think you have a copy of the digital one, don't you, DJ?
Absolutely. And I brought it here with us today for us to take a look at it with you guys on the show right here, right now. The digital version, downloaded it for $4.99, got it on my phone, got it on my laptop, and pretty much wherever I can look at things from the internet, I can look at the magazine. So let's open up the magazine for you guys, let you guys take a sneak peek. Right here, it shows that they have other magazines outside of just the football. They do basketball, baseball, fantasy, and more. And then as we get into the writers and where to find them on social media, and then we go over here to the table of contents where to take you to some of these great write-ups that they have in the magazine. Now, in the magazine, they have preseason rankings. They also go further and go down the line with the Athlon All-American team. Then you can go a little further in the magazine and you can also get the Athlon unit rankings. And then as you go further, they have fun stuff like 15 things to watch in 2019. If you go a little further, you'll see that they have the teams that's on a rise. They have this extra point preview here of the QB battles and much more information. You could get this for $4.99. Download it to your phone, open it up, take a look at it, and that's Athlon Sports College Football 2019 magazine right there for you. If you like what you see, make sure you go get the digital version, or if you're a collector like myself and Big Ragu, you might want to go ahead to your magazine stand and get the hard copy. Yeah, let's jump right into it, y'all. So y'all know, soon as I open a new magazine, I'm going straight to the Mountain West where I do it the best. So opened it up right here to the Mountain West preview. This is a wonderful thing I found nice about the magazine, is that they come out with the preview that gives you a good picture of the conference from a two-page view right here. You got everything right in front of you, their predictions. They also have at the bottom right here, they have the games to watch, which is not just including the outside of conference games, which they are really excited in the Mountain West this year. It also includes the good conference games that mean something to this conference. So if you're just new to a conference, you can look at some of those matchups and you can tell which are going to be some of the games that are going to be tough inside the conference play. Now, they also have other good information in this magazine. Over here, you'll see more information about the unit rankings. Then they also have the recruiting by school in each conference. And then, interesting enough, right here in the Mountain West, there's so many different coordinators and stuff being bounced around. They have the coordinator carousel right here, which leads into more information about the good conference. So as I go over right here, they also have their all Mountain West team from last year. They have the best Mountain West leaders and returners right here on this page, which is information I don't really always take into consideration because as the season goes on, things change. Freshmen come in hot off the bench all the time, and change up whole lineups and everything. So this is something you might, dibble and dabble in, but it's not really for me. So let's go into the meat and potatoes. So this magazine right here in each conference is listed in alphabetical order according to the team, not the actual ranking that they gave you in the beginning of the conference page right here. So on the actual meat and potatoes part, one of the things I love about this one is if you go towards the bottom, they break down the offense, they break down the defense, they do the special teams, but toward the bottom here, they have their own final analysis. And um, this magazine right here, they have a lot of good writers and they have really good write ups on the final analysts. A lot of keynotes that you could use during the season about where teams, for instance, are having difficulties and they need to change, and if there's a hope that the quarterback gets better and it's all lying on the quarterback, they'll have that information in there. So they also have one of the things I like in all the magazines is they have the 2018 and 19 top and bottom, so you can compare the two. They also have the top 10 recruits here for the season. It goes further with some extra little information. They have the stat corner here, and in the stat corner, it'll give you just information, stats from last year to this year. It might be something that they were good at, might be something that they need to improve on. But one of the amazing things about this magazine is the depth chart here. So in the depth chart, they put the returners in bold. So when you open up each team, you can look at the depth chart on offense and defense and even special teams, and you can see right away how many returners they have on each side of the ball, which you could use for a lot of great information during the season. And then they also have the returning leaders and some team recruiting information. Very good breakdown here, concise, quick. One thing I must note is that on the digital version, it's a lot different than on the laptop compared to on the mobile on your phone. I really enjoyed it much better. It was better read on the mobile device than it was when I was on the laptop. On the mobile device, it's set up a little differently. It has a list of the teams. You click on any one of the teams, jumps right to their page, and you can read the breakdown from there. This is a must buy on the digital side. $4.99, you gotta have it. I mean, if you decide that you want to be a sports fan, or if you want to be a handicapper, whatever you want to do with this book, $4.99 is pennies to pay for such excellent information. And I definitely recommend this book. Go get it. And if you like to keep a collection like I do, you might want to get the $11.99 version on the magazine, which I haven't got yet, but I do have the digital version for now. And that's my take of this here's 2019 Athlon College Football Review.
All right, so now that we got our man DJ Big Boss's view, excellent job there talking about the conferences overall, the individual team pages with the breakdowns on all the info they provide there is outstanding info. I'm not going to talk too much about that because everything is covered on that aspect of it. But what I am going to do is probably talk about a few areas that he didn't cover, and I'll start out with being that we did talk about he had the digital version on the screen and he had already purchased that portion of it. I'm going to download my copy tonight. I also have the hard copy. So if I decide that I leave my book at home and I'm at my office and I want to pop online on the computer, I can view the magazine there. If I got my mobile device, I can go on there. So that's a definitely $4.99. I'm doing that tonight, as a matter of fact. And being that we're all connected online nowadays, on page 34, they have a top 100 must follow Twitter for college football. And us being online on the Twitter accounts and whatnot, you can get any updates, DMs, alerts of any new articles that come out for those follows. So stay connected and do that. I highly recommend you do that. That's a good look there. And then I'm going to flip over to something that we haven't talked about on the magazine reviews yet. 262 page number, betting review, betting guide. Okay. And they talk about real basic information on on college football, the betting guide. It talks about what teams you could possibly follow. Covering 6 teams to watch that are overvalued and undervalued. A national shakeup game to watch in 2019. They have a couple games they have listed there. They talk about Florida, Georgia. They talk about Utah, Washington. They talk about Texas and Baylor as possible national shakeup games in the future. Then they talk about a national title favorite. Right now, Clemson is the favorite at plus 179. They talk about a value play on Florida. They talk about a long shot play on USC. And then they also talk about some win totals and Heisman Trophy possible candidates. Those are really nice looks that, we haven't talked about in magazines. And then they also talk about, on page number 286, is the recruiting aspects of the college game. We talk about recruiting signees in 2019. Who the number one signees are, or number one signee was? He's a kid named Nolan Smith out of IMG in Savannah, Georgia. And he's committed to the University of Georgia. So, and then they go down the list all the way down to 150, I think. So you got the top 150 recruits there on that page. No, I take that back. They go all the way to 300. So and then they break it down by position: quarterbacks, linebackers, running backs, and so on. So that's a solid look. And then also on page 304. If you want to see the bowl projections for the year, they cover it all. Now, when DJ did the review on team by team, conference by conference, they gave you the conference that they thought the teams were going to wind up at what bowls. This one here is going to cover the whole bowl season. It's going to take you from the very first game all the way to the national championship game. So they're going to give you their bowl projections on those. And then a nice little look, too, is on page 298. If you just want to get a quick glance at a schedule on a team by team or a conference, you go right to that page, and it's in alphabetical order by conference. You can see who USC is playing on November, the second week of November. You can see who's going to play on 0 week. We know that the Florida Gators are going to wind up playing Miami 0 week. So we're all over that game, too, when that comes out. But anyways, it's a great magazine. I'm downloading my digital copy tonight. It's a must keep. You go get your copy today.
There it is there, y'all. You heard it first right here on the Boss and the Sauce Show with my man, Big Ragu. And this is another magazine review of the 2019 Athlon Sports College Football review right here on the Boss and the Sauce Show. Yo, Big Ragu, any final words for the people on the Athlon Sports magazine?
Just one more word, or actually a couple more words. Go out and get your copy today. August 19th is the last day. It's going to be on the magazine racks, and definitely no excuse not to download it tonight. Digital download, get your copy ASAP.
So stay tuned for more of the Boss and the Sauce. We're coming up next with the Feel Still magazine review. And shortly after that, we're going to go digging deep into the conferences with each conference review, where we're going to give a breakdown of who we like in the conference, a couple trends, a couple edges for you guys to use for the rest of the season. Now, do us a favor on this one. All my people out there, if you're on Twitter, if you're putting plays out on Instagram, do us a favor. Make sure you hashtag all your plays. Guess what I'm going to tell them the hashtag is, Big Ragu?
See you at the window.
See you at the window.